Hello and welcome to the March edition of What's Happening in Piqua. I'm Cheryl Stiffel-Francis and we welcome back our friend...
Oh yes, from Hawaii.
Jim Oda.
Yes, golly.
He was gone last month when we filmed. He was in Hawaii.
Yes, and it's a lot colder here. A lot colder here. And the beach on the Great Miami just isn't quite the same.
No, it's not.
Not quite so. But we do have a lot of activities going on in March and hopefully a little warmer. Mondays and Wendy's. Wendy's? Yeah,
Let's
Wendy's.
Think of Wendy's.
Get
Frosty.
something. I must be hungry, yes. Mondays and Wednesdays in March and April. AARP has free tax preparation service from 9 to 1 p.m. at the Piqua YMCA. And this tax prep service is free to senior citizens and those with low incomes. So sign up at the AARP desk at the YMCA and get some help with your taxes.
What a great opportunity.
It is. It's a great service.
Free, and these people are very skilled in tax preparation.
Absolutely, absolutely. Mondays through Fridays at the YMCA Senior Center from 9 to 3 in the southwest corner of High and Downing. The Senior Citizen Center is free with a membership of the YMCA. There are a variety of drop-in activities and organized events and card games and tournaments and bingo and air hockey and video games and computers with internet access and cable TV and you name it. And they, of course, have coffee, refreshments, and carry-in meals.
Yes, sir.
So visitors and guests are always welcome. For additional information, call the Y at 778-5247. Well, our spring exhibit at the library is a look at Piqua 25 years ago. We're continuing this on for several months, and we've been getting, we have some scrapbooks and we turn the pages and,
oh, good.
And we get a lot of comments on people. I remember that, and I knew who that is.
I know, 25 years, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
I'll remember those things.
Yeah,
So.
yes, indeed. On Monday, March 2nd, the Youth Team Poetry Contest at the library. The submissions begin at that time, and this is our second year to offer awards to young poets in Miami and Shelby counties. The contest was a big success last year. We had from over 20 schools.
Wow, that's
entering.
exciting.
And there are 4 divisions, K through 3, 4 through 6, 7 through 9, and 10 through 12. And there will be 3 prize winners named in each division, the first, second, and third. And there will be a library favorite selection.
Nice.
So those will staff and friends of the library will choose one selection.
And I think this is interesting. Both Miami and Shelby County schools
it
can
is both.
participate.
Yes, so all entrants will qualify for a participation certificate and will be invited to the Poetry Night reception event on Monday, April 27th. And the award winners will read their own poetry.
Excellent.
So this will be fun. So no entry fee. Visit the library's website for more information and how to submit. So we are really encouraging, and it's amazing. You think that, poetry these days for kids.
They do.
But they do.
Yes.
So
And very talented.
Yes, some fascinating
Jim,
ones.
what's the library's website address?
Basically, the easiest is just go
Google.
Piqua Public Library,
Piqua Public
Google.
Library.
That's the absolute easiest. By the time we're UC Moore is our site.com.
Okay.
But it's so
easier
much.
to Google it.
It's
Okay.
just easier just to do Piqua Public Library on a Google search.
Great.
You can get it like that.
Excellent.
Actually, it's faster than typing in UC Moore.
Okay.
So.
Okay, good.
On Tuesday, March 3rd, the adult exploration hike begins at 9 at the Miami County Park District Hobart Urban Nature Preserve in Troy. And Park District Naturalist Sassafras Susan will be leading this one, and hopefully we'll have reasonable temperatures for this.
Let's
Because
hope
as
so.
we're typing,
I don't know.
as we're taping this, wow.
It's -3 degrees.
It's
That's
cold,
not the wind chill.
cold.
When I was driving into town this morning
Yes.
and I'm listening to the weather forecast, up to, with the wind chill, it can reach 30 degrees below 0 today.
That's downright chilly, and even Sassafras Susan probably won't be out if it's that cold, but
No.
we're hoping by the time we air this that it's going to be nice
Yeah.
and balmy and
Yeah, keep wishing.
73.
That would be nice.
That would be nice, yes. I don't think that's going to happen, but they're going to have a ramble along the trails and observing. I'm having trouble with words today. I think I got too cold. Observing and exploring all that can be found. The walks last about, give or take about 2 hours. They're not strenuous or fast paced because the idea here is not to see how fast you can do it, but what you can see along the route. So stay warm. Remember to layer up before you head out, and they'll meet in the parking lot. And for this program, to register, just Google Miami County Parks.
Great.
And that'll get you there. On March 3rd, the Merry Quilters at the library, 2 to 4, in the Lewis Program Room. This group of quilters share patterns and techniques, and they talk a lot.
Good.
Which is a great fellowship.
That's
so
right.
Anybody that's interested in the art and craft of quilting is welcome to the Merry Quilters.
They're a good group.
They are.
And
They are
it's
indeed.
a good time of year to
Yeah, this
start
is
quilting.
it's a good time to begin quilting.
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe you'll be finished by next winter.
Yeah. At my rate, yes.
On Tuesday, March the 3rd, and again on the 17th, is the Piqua City Commission meeting. They begin at 7:30 in the Municipal Government Complex on the second floor in the Commission chambers. Remember that the meetings are open to the public. You can attend in person. And if you can't attend in person and you want to catch the news and what's going on, tune in on Channel 5. The meetings are broadcast live, and they're also rebroadcasts during various times throughout that week.
Right.
We were very, very nice to the commissioners last month when you were absent.
Well,
And we
in this
told them
case,
that we warned them they were going to get a double dish
absolutely.
of you.
Since it's so cold, go to the commission meeting and things will heat up.
Whew, that's good.
And they have been doing that. So if you want to see what's going on in your city, watch them on TV5.
Yeah, we want to remind everybody every Wednesday throughout the year is the Joy Club. They meet at the Salvation Army. It's for senior citizens ages 50 and over. I hate saying senior citizens. I have to stop doing that because 50 is still very young.
Yeah, I vaguely remember 50. That's the
Anyone
sad
50
thing.
years of age or
Yeah,
older is
half
welcome
century.
to participate. Oh my Lord, that really sounds old.
Yeah, doesn't it have
That
a
really
century?
sounds old.
Wow, that's just.
I'd rather say 50. Every Wednesday from 9:30 in the morning until 2 o'clock in the afternoon at the Salvation Army. They always have a great speaker or a program, a special project, a community service
Right.
project. They have a delicious lunch they serve. And it's just a great time to gather together once a week if you want to make it every week. The programs always begin at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. For additional information, I encourage you to call Jeannie at the Salvation Army, 773-7563. And they want to remind you if the Piqua City Schools is closed due to inclement weather, they will not be meeting. So follow the Piqua City School closures. Every Wednesday also at noontime is the Piqua Kiwanis Club. They meet from 11:30 until 1 o'clock. They have lunch and a meeting and a program at the Bistro Room on Commerce Drive. If you're interested in learning more about Kiwanis and becoming a member, we encourage you to contact Dennis Carity, and he can be reached at 418-8478. On Thursday, March the 5th is Knitting for a Cure, and that's going to take place at the YWCA. So if you can knit, they encourage you to join them at the YW. The first Thursday they're meeting now at the YWCA at 10 o'clock in the morning, and they knit scarves and lap blankets for patients in the Cancer Center at Upper Valley Medical Center. So it's very nice. You can use your talents and give a nice gift to somebody, and it's going to make them feel special.
Right.
Every Thursday during the month of March, we have free movies at the library. You
Yes.
know, I love talking about movies. The library encourages you to bring a snack if you'd like, a beverage, and a friend. Call the library for movie titles. We can't tell you the title names because of copyright rules. But those movies air in the Lewis Program Room in the library beginning at what time, Jim?
Most of these are at 6.
Okay. I haven't seen a good movie.
I was just going to ask you if you had,
It's
you
kind of,
know.
they're all a little disgusting right now.
Oh, yeah, there's some.
So there is one that may be coming out this weekend. I'll check out whether or
you
not
like that
it's
or not.
acceptable or not. I always go to Plugged In online and
Okay.
read how violent and
Well, aren't
other
you-
things that you don't want your eyes or your ears to.
Okay, well, now the Oscars are coming up as we're taping.
Okay.
Do you have any predictions?
No, I haven't even heard anything. I don't even
okay.
know who's
You-
nominated.
So you're not, there isn't one that you think, oh, no.
No, if
No,
I knew who
okay.
was nominated. And it's so funny because when you see a movie a year ago from the Oscars, you somewhat forget about it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Some
And I
of
know
them
that I've seen some good ones. But normally the ones that I like are never nominated.
they don't.
Do you have a favorite?
I really don't. I haven't been really doing too much at all with movies. So. But those are kind of fun to watch. See what's going on.
I know. And the movies always that they show at the library are good, family-friendly
Right.
movies. So don't ever hesitate to bring your family and your friends.
Absolutely. On Thursday, March 5th, and Tuesday the 10th, and Thursday the 12th, the Woodcock Walk from 6 to 8 at Charleston Falls Preserve on Ross Road, south of Tip City. Join Park District naturalist Sequoia Stephen as he hikes into the meadow in search of the spectacular aerial courtship display of the American woodcock. Who knew
I know.
that they have aerial courtship?
Yes.
Okay,
Well, and it's interesting because I'm not sure when we change our clocks. I think.
that's coming up.
Oh, okay. Because
We'll
I was
talk
going to
about
say, wow, that's going to be that's probably dark. I'm surprised you can, but if we're
I don't know.
changing
Well,
our
that's
clock, it's
hey,
going to be
a
little
woodcock
lighter
flies
now.
when a woodcock wants
That's
to fly.
right, that's
and
right.
You can't really,
Nope.
that they're not. I wonder if they're related to woodchucks.
I know.
If
No,
they,
no,
you
no,
know,
no, they
No,
aren't.
woodchuck. How much
Woodchuck
wood
is-
would a woodchuck
Yeah.
chuck if a woodchuck would?
And a woodchuck does not have wings.
No, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, this program size is limited because you want when you're viewing the birds, I guess. So you don't want to like 700 people all looking up because if you were doing your courtship aerial thing up there, you'd be embarrassed if
Yes,
700
you
people are
would be.
looking at
Yes,
you.
you would be.
So pre-register by going to the Miami County Parks
Website.
and website, and they'll do it for you.
Great.
On Thursdays through April 23rd, story times for infants through 3 years of age at the library, 10:30 to 11. Stories and music and crafts and puppet shows and fun.
I know they have a great
We
time.
have a good. So register now by calling 773-6753 or stop by the library. And the only reason we do registration is so just in case if we end up with a very large number all at the same time, we can split it up and
Okay.
so that 100 kids
Right.
doesn't make for a good story.
No.
But, so we can break it up into different
That's
ones.
wise.
So, okay. On Fridays, starting February 20th through March 27th, the Lenten Fish Fries at Pickwick Catholic School on West North Street from 5 to 7. The dinner consists of all the fish you can eat.
Amen. That's
All
right.
Along
Bring
with,
your appetite.
Along with French fries or macaroni and cheese, coleslaw or applesauce, roll and coffee. So,
And I know they have baked fish and the fried fish.
right.
So that's nice that
So
you have your
choice.
choice.
You have your choice between those two. The fish don't have any choice at all. Though.
No, no,
They're-
no.
they're-
And they also have some kid-friendly items. So if your child is not really into fish, but maybe something
Macaroni
else,
and cheese.
they'll be
Who doesn't
served.
like apple?
I know. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
It's what's amazing now is you can get you go to restaurants and you can get macaroni and cheese. Didn't used to be able to get macaroni and cheese
No.
at a restaurant, but now we tend to go to restaurants that have macaroni and cheese. 'Cause
Okay.
that's Catherine's
Oh,
comfort food.
really?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so then I'll give you a tip because my friend loves, now I've not tried it, but so does my husband, loves the macaroni and cheese at Longhorn Restaurant.
Oh.
They call it Steakhouse Mac and Cheese, I think is what it's called.
Wow.
And I've looked up online to find some recipes. But it's
Okay.
loaded with different kinds of cheeses. And it's white. It's not, the cheddar orange color
Wow.
that I'm used to. So you might surprise her and she
That's
might
true.
really find it
That's
very
true.
delicious.
It's terrible though on our comfort food.
Yes,
Don't like change. Not the way
Okay.
I had it when I was 10.
I know.
And you get real cranky about that. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right. So, desserts and soft drinks are sold a la carte, and carryouts are available. So that'll be.
Do you remember macaroni and cheese? I think macaroni and cheese used to be served at Terry's Cafeteria.
Oh yes, they did
and
that.
it was so good.
And then they'd serve it at the school cafeteria, and they do that.
Yes.
Plop that down there in that
Mm-hmm.
little round thing, and if you didn't eat it immediately, it turned into
Paste.
a little concrete thing. But if you ate it right away, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But if you let it sit there for any length of time, then you could put it out in the parking lot
Mm-hmm.
to direct traffic. On Saturday, March 7th, the 20th annual Routes for Roots Genealogical Workshop. This is the Miami County Historical and Genealogical Society offering an all-day workshop at the 4th floor of the Pickle Plaza. And the workshop focuses on all aspects of the genealogical search for all levels of researchers. In other words, if you're really, really into it and have been doing it for years and years and years and have your lineage back to Adam and Eve, there's still things there for you to do. And for more information, contact Sharon Watson in the library's history department. There's a fee to do this event, but a lot of different, they're even going to talk about DNA research
Oh, wow.
and how you can do that. You know, I think there's some misconceptions. We've been watching CSI too much.
Okay.
But DNA basically will tell you what part of a continent
Oh,
your ancestors.
interesting.
They won't tell you what individual,
Right.
but you know that you're from this part of
Oh, that's
from
incredible.
Asia or East Asia or South America or Europe or Africa, or it'll tell you what area, and so that can be very
That is really, really interesting.
yeah, right. On Saturday, March 7th, the Discovering Maple Ridge Reserve. Okay, and I'll bet I know what this is all about. From 1 to 3, the Miami County Park District will host its 4th annual Discovering Maple Ridge program. This is on Route 185 north of Covington. And drop in any time to the program to see how maple sugar is made.
Great.
And so, you know, you watch the maple syrup come out, drip,
I know, but
Drip.
it is fascinating to see it come out of the tree.
drip.
And then how they boil it. That takes
Yeah.
a long time.
But I mean, you know, it does come out of the tree, but you know, it's like you're watching it and all it does is drip.
Right.
You
And
know,
it
it's
takes
not-
a long time to fill
Yes,
up a bucket.
that's exactly it. So
and then it takes a long time to boil it.
right, yeah. So it's but they will do all
It
that.
is fascinating. We kept thinking, wouldn't it be great if we could make our own maple syrup? And then we discovered
How long?
and intense it is.
Really. And the VIPs will be on hand to serve samples of the syrup and hot chocolate
Good.
because they can make that a lot
Faster.
faster. So, all right. So more information, visit the Miami County Park District website. On Sunday,
Oh,
March
there it
8th,
is.
Daylight savings time begins. A new adventure in time where you will move through time and not be the same time you were before.
Exactly. We're going to spring forward, remember.
Yes, we
We're
fall
going
back
to
and
lose
spring
an
forward.
hour.
Yes, we lose that hour we gained in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to totally discombobulate our puppy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the dogs just you know, they don't you know, we've given her a watch, but she doesn't use it very often. She basically just chews on it. But you know, so this is going to, you know, she's going to be barking at the wrong time.
So tell us, Jim, how did she greet you when you came back from your long
She
trip?
was pretty good.
Oh,
She was pretty
really?
good. We had her out with a family that has dogs, and
Mm-hmm.
in fact, she even escaped with the old. They have a big dog,
Oh.
and she escaped with the big dog, and they went out and chased a cat.
Okay. They were on a journey.
And so I just have the same, you know, I went out with the big dog, and
Yep.
we went after this other furry thing, and I don't know what it was doing, but I helped, you know. And they have a little pony out there.
Oh.
So just as we were getting back into the car, Bach turned, looked at the pony, went, roar, and then got into the car. You know,
Oh,
like
isn't that
my
fun?
little way of
Last time.
saying, yeah, I knew you're probably a really, really big dog, but you know. But she was,
That's so good.
she really was, she was pretty
Okay,
good. She
good.
didn't, you know, some dogs will like punish you by not paying any attention, but no, she just jumped up on us, laid down on Catherine, and didn't move.
Okay, good.
We think that, you know, she probably was
Worn
you know,
out.
literally. Yeah, she's used to her long naps by herself, and then here's all these other animals, and they're doing things and everything, and it's just terrible. So
Okay.
yeah, she spent a lot of time sleeping.
Okay.
So all right. So don't forget the daylight savings time. Now
And change the batteries in your smoke
and
detectors.
smoke detector,
Very,
that's an
very
absolutely
important.
good, you know, tie those two things together in your mind, and that's always an excellent,
Yes.
excellent thing to do. On Monday, March 9th, Trailing Moms and Tots from 10 to 12 at the Charleston Falls, south of Tip City. This program is for expectant mothers and tots 0 to 5.
Okay.
So you can take your mom on a hike.
Yeah,
It'll be
that's
great. You know, you're going, Mom, you've been sitting around too much. Let's get out there, and you can push me, and it'll be really great. So let's do this.
That's right. Get some exercise.
Yeah, you know,
Mom,
now-
you've been eating too much this winter.
Yeah. So by March 9th, it won't be too cold, but do dress for
Right.
the weather, and and the key is layers. 1 layer, 2 layers, 12 layers.
Today, right.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Catherine's going to run today or not, but she always does layers.
Yeah.
She has, specific layers. So
And she is so disciplined to,
Yeah.
no matter what the weather is.
Oh, yes.
Good for her.
indeed.
Okay, so we have on Tuesday, March the 10th, Read It and Watch It Club will be meeting at the library from 5:30 in the evening until 8 o'clock. You're going to compare and discuss We Need to Talk About Kevin by Lionel Shriver. And the movie is based on the book. I've
Right.
not heard this movie title before, so this should be interesting.
Yeah, and this is a program where, see how the book and the movie get together and how one goes one way and one goes another. And
Yeah, that's good. So
It's
read
fun.
the book and watch the movie. You can check the book out at the library. On Wednesday, March the 11th, is the Wednesday morning burning at 9 a.m. by the Miami County Park District. They're going to be meeting at Farrington Reserve on that day and scour the trails with the Park District naturalist. And this time we're going to be meeting Meadowhawk Mandy. So if you enjoy your morning bird watches, go out to the Park District on Wednesday, the March 11th. The blood pressure and glucose screenings.
Before we
Yes.
pass the Meadowhawk Mandy also does, like the bird calls, and like she'll put an arm out and all the birds will line up on the arm so that you can see them, and that's part of one of the things that they do.
That's her talent.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And it's, so when your name is Meadowhawk Mandy, you have to do bird calls. And so they just come in on our arms, and it makes the bird watching a lot easier.
Exactly, that's
So,
right.
oh, there's the one on Meadow. So
Okay, you
that's-
go out and make sure that Jim is correct. And-
Right, absolutely.
and,
It'll be
yeah,
a lot of fun.
He's not
be
storying
unique.
to us. I don't think that there's going to be blood pressure screenings at the YW this month.
Are they canceling
I think she is like maybe on a little hiatus
Okay.
for a month.
I know they're canceling it at the library, so I
Okay,
wasn't sure
that's
what
fine.
they were.
So, but on Wednesday, March the 11th, you can go to the YWCA for their monthly program, and it is fabulous.
Oh,
This
it's going to
program-
be. This is going to be
honestly,
a program that's unbelievable.
It really, really is. You really want to attend
tremendous.
if you can. It's 1 hour from 11 to noon at the YWCA on Wednesday, March the 11th.
Yes.
If you work, take an early lunch hour.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Take
I
vacation, take sick
highly-
day.
Yeah, I highly recommended this program to the YW. Only because after one of our tapings, I happened to have a conversation with our Jim Oda about the art exhibit here at the library. And I was so fascinated by the material that he shared with me and the stories that he told about the artwork that was on display. It was really fascinating.
Yeah,
And it truly is a wonderful program, Jim.
Well, thank you, and
And
you
I'm
will.
glad you're going to be speaking to the YW group.
Okay, will you take a check for this?
Yes, I
Okay,
will.
all right.
So you don't have to be a member of the YW. You don't have to be a female. Male individuals are welcome to attend as well. But Jim is going to talk about the art that's on exhibit here at the library, the background, some history. It really is fascinating. Even if you don't understand all the terminology about artwork and paintings, and that might not, you think, oh, that doesn't sound interesting. Trust me, it really, really is. They serve a lunch at noon, so if you want to stay for the lunch, the cost
Great
is
lunch.
affordable at $6. It's a homemade meal from the YW members, and you have to make a reservation in advance if you're going to stay for lunch. So please call the YWCA at 773-6626 before Monday evening, March the 9th, for that Wednesday, March the 11th program. So you're going to really enjoy that program.
But we have got a PowerPoint because we won't be able to obviously see the art here, but going to tie it basically a feel for what we create here in our own area, our own region. And I've been impressed, the talented people that we have in this area and what they produce, and sometimes we ignore that. And so the library in the last 10, 15 years has been actively collecting local art, and so
And they have a huge collection.
yeah, we have
of art.
over 160 pieces, and so for a small institution, we're very proud of that.
Yes, Congratulations.
Thank you.
Portals to Pick Was Passed by Jim Oda will take place on Wednesday evening, March the 11th. And, ooh, this is kind of scary. A violent end is his topic. And it's going to be from 7 until 8 o'clock that evening in the Lewis Program Room at the library. Wow. What is a violent end? Do we want
Pickwa
to know?
murders through the years.
Oh, wow. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, some of them have been solved. Some we still don't know who did it.
Interesting. We have to talk about that after we get done taping. On Thursday, March the 12th and the 26th is the
Sit and Stitch.
Sit and Stitch
Stitch.
group. They meet from 7 until 8 o'clock in the Founders Room on the second floor of the Pickwa Public Library. Bring your latest project and join the Yarn Circle. They are needle workers. They're
Knit one, purl two.
Okay, knitters, yes.
That's my entire expertise.
That's good. And all yarn crafters are
Yeah.
welcome to attend.
Right.
I mentioned last month that maybe when I retire, I might take up knitting. I'd love to knit a scarf.
Wow.
And I have this beautiful scarf
just
on
gonna say,
today.
do you
My
wanna-
little niece made this for me for Christmas.
Wow.
Very, very talented.
Indeed.
So she kind of
Indeed.
inspired me. I thought, wow, I wonder if I could knit a pretty nice, warm scarf
That would be-
to go with my coat. And
No, with knowing you in cold weather, we'd have to do like a body.
Your body
you know,
suit.
there we go. You know, from your
So,
toes to the
I know,
top of your
I know.
head. You
Then
know,
I can
it's
knit a
like-
sweater.
Yes, there we
Whoa,
go.
That would really be taxing my talent. So on Friday, March the 13th, let's talk about something warm, the Super Walk, Curious Astronomers. It's sponsored by the Miami County Park District. It's 7 until 9 o'clock in the evening. So once again, you're going to dress warm because it's still going to be chilly. It will take place at the Hobart Urban Nature Preserve, which is just off of Dorset Road in Troy by McDonald's. Participants are invited to come and enjoy a guided hike led by Park District naturalists, followed by a very warm hot cup of soup by a fire. So
There
they'll
we
have
go.
a fire burning to keep you warm and a cup of soup. They ask you to bring, if you would, a can of soup that they can donate to a local food pantry. And they do ask you to register in advance so they have enough soup for everyone.
That's true.
Delicious soup.
That was always one of my childhood stories, is that at a restaurant I asked for what the Jerry was.
See, I don't know what that means.
What's the Jerry? Soup du jour. Soup of the day. And I just thought it was Jerry.
Oh,
So
wow.
I asked what was Jerry? And that poor waitress was looking at me like, okay, does your son have a problem here? And of course I did, but
Oh, no.
soup du jour,
Okay,
Jerry.
Jerry. We'll
Okay.
call it Jerry. I like
Okay.
that. On Friday, March the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th, that whole weekend at the Miami Valley Center Mall is the return of the Race Cars and Future Stars Expo. It's open during regular mall hours, and it features all types of race cars and their drivers. So meet the drivers and learn how some of the different race cars on the racetracks, a dirt track or a asphalt track, how that interacts with race car drivers and really taxes their skills.
Right.
It's really interesting to talk to those drivers and hear and learn how they even became interested in race car driving and how long they've been racing and learn about the different cars. I didn't know how many different race cars there were.
I always was disappointed. The Brickyard is a big.
Yes.
When I was a kid, I was disappointed that it wasn't literally brick.
Okay.
It just happened to be on the side of an old brickyard. But I thought, well, they raced on brick.
Right.
But
you
no,
would.
they didn't. I was so disappointed.
Okay, well, you can learn some things like that
Absolutely,
if you go to the Race Car
absolutely.
Expo. During the expo, you can test your racing ability in a race car simulator that will be available. And once again, there will be representatives from various racetracks. And they'll have schedules of when their races are, and you can talk to those individuals. On Saturday, March the 14th, and again on the 28th, is the Children's Department Lego Club. They'll be meeting from 2 until 4 o'clock in the afternoon at the library. Children, bring your imaginations and see what you can create,
We
and the
provide the
library
blocks.
might just put it on display
That's
for
right.
you.
And you can make your own race car.
Exactly, that's a great idea.
We could do that.
Yes,
we'll
you
work
could.
on that. We'll have a Lego race car.
Tie that in.
I
Good
like that.
idea.
All right.
On Sunday, March the 15th, is the dogs. Oops, that's your your part. Jim likes
Well,
to talk about dogs.
she just took away my entire.
And he loves to talk about this dog social.
Oh, I like
you
the
know.
dog social, just walking the dog. This is Stillwater Prairie Reserve, north of Covington, from 1 to 3. If your owner is nice and plays well with others and likes to take little walks, you can go on the beautiful, scenic Stillwater River. So this is a fun activity for all you dogs. Remember, you are responsible for your owner. You have to clean up after your owner, so, bring the little baggies so that if your owner makes a little mess, you can, or I recommend Depends. So whatever would work. So just make sure that your owner isn't aggressive on the parks.
That's right.
Walking on the trails, and they see another, owner, and they know, hey, move over. And, so we want everybody to be happy and has to socialize well.
And if you're going to be by the Stillwater River, you probably are going to have somewhat of a wet dog to take home too.
Yeah. So,
Bring a towel.
So, yeah, I mean, because I don't know how many times we've seen this where, here's the dog sits and the owner races over to the river and starts splashing. And it really, you got to sometimes jerk on the chain a little bit. That seems cruel, but you got to give some of these owners a little bit of discipline.
That's right.
All right. So on Monday, March 16th, Piqua Planning is going to be giving a program at the library from 6 to 8. And this is going to be Chris Schmeezing. And, sometimes you got to jerk on Chris, too, to give him a little bit of discipline. But he's going to talk about the path and the riverfront development and all that's going on in the city along that area on Main Street and the
Okay.
river. And really a lot of stuff that's potentially going on. The city is actively now buying some properties, and going to be some really neat stuff going on. And
Good.
so Chris is going to talk about the future of the outdoor spaces there, and I think you will really be impressed. Chris puts on an outstanding presentation and find out what's going on in your city. We say, oh, nothing ever happens here. Well, you're wrong, because a lot of stuff does happen here. And Chris says this is going to be one example of one of the great projects that they're putting together. Now, admittedly, this stuff doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
It takes a lot of planning, a lot of work, but I think developing our riverfront is going to make a major change.
That's right.
For our community. Well, Tuesday, March 17th is St. Patty's Day.
Yes.
Get out there and drink green beer. I don't really like green beer.
I don't like beer at all.
Oh, well, then we'll keep you at home.
What else do you eat? Do you eat corned beef
Yeah,
for St. Patrick's Day? Because
Corned
my
beef
mother will be
is-
eating
is-
corned beef.
that would be good.
Yes.
Yes.
They will be celebrating. There's
So
a group
this
of
is-
them that go every year.
On St. Patty's Day, March 17th, everybody's Irish.
I know, especially Ronnie Hartzell.
Ah,
Ronnie Hartzell.
like
He is
St.
decked
Patrick's.
from green, head to toe.
Oh, wow.
Loves St. Patrick's Day.
I got a green tie.
Oh, he has a green tie too.
Well, see, for me, that's pretty,
Out there.
I did wear a Hawaiian shirt.
I know, he wore it to Rotary.
Yeah.
And you were harassed.
And I got fined.
He did.
I got fined for inappropriate wear.
And that was not fair.
No, I didn't think so either. I'm not wearing it today simply because
It's
Hawaiian
short sleeve.
shirts and there's no nothing there.
I
It's
know.
like, wow. That is really. But speaking of wow, on Tuesdays, beginning March 17th and ending Thursday 19th, the YW Wild Women Walking. YW Wild Walking Women.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
It's hard to say
I
that.
know
you
it is.
They're so wild and they're always moving, and so Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 10. And Joan Beck, Nancy Herbie, they're going to be leading these wild women. And I mean, you got to stay out of their way. I mean, when they leave the Y, bam, they're going.
They're on a mission.
And you do not get in their way. So, if you want to be a wild woman, membership is not required. Stop and register at the YWCA for the YW Wild Walking Women of Piqua.
They're going to pay you to do a commercial for them.
Yeah, I think, but
that
they're
gets
great.
me excited.
They are. They're wow. On Thursday, March 19th, The first day of spring. I'll believe that when I see, the temperatures and
I
the
know.
little green things coming out of the ground and robins and things like that.
It's not warm enough for me until July.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I like.
Yeah, spring's nice. Spring is nice. Thursday morning, the book discussion on March 19th, 10:15, the Founders Room. Cloud Attias by Davis Mitchell. It's described as a visionary and groundbreaking novel. Cloud Attias is an influential favorite among kind of a new generation of authors. So it's going to be, artistry, fundamental questions of reality and identity and who you are and where you are and what are you doing wherever you are.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's kind of spooky.
I'm reading a good book. Last
Really?
month I gave a book review. You weren't here. I gave a book review last month.
I know.
And the book I'm reading right now, besides the Bible, but I'm reading it in conjunction, is called 66 Love Letters from God. I picked it up, I don't know, months and months ago. Had no interest, put it back down. I'm glad I didn't get rid of it because I picked it up, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. Started reading it again, and it was just really inspiring.
Good.
And it's just
That's
a page
good.
and a half, and it coincides with that book of the Bible, and it just talks about how it's a love letter from God, and wow, it's really, really a good book.
Good.
I know.
You know who it's by?
No,
Okay.
sorry, I don't know the author, but
Well,
it's a good book.
she's so definitive about it.
Nope,
Nope, don't
don't
do
have
that.
a clue.
Well, the YWCA. Moving on. Tablets 101 on Thursday the 19th. Brad Reed's going to do that. Bring your iPad or tablet to class to learn more about how to use it.
Yes.
There's always those little things that, you know 3 things how to do something. And then you go, okay, I've learned those. I don't know anything else. Well, kind of get out of your tablet.
Yes.
And get out there and break out into the wonderful world of electronics and various applications and colors and streaming numbers.
All of those confusing things.
Life
about
doesn't
a
get
tablet.
better with
Oh.
your tablet is wow. So
We had Brad Reed speak at Rotary, and he
Yeah.
is fabulous.
He does a
What a
wonderful
great
job.
instructor.
he is
and
indeed.
It was quite interesting. So
So
bring your tablet and register at the YW for that program.
yeah, get some good in depth and expand your
Yeah.
tablet
knowledge.
horizon. Your tablet horizon. There you go.
On Saturday, March the 21st, is the Adult Spring Craft at the library. It's from 2 until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You can join the library staff as they create an egg centerpiece. You can spend the afternoon with good company and register with the the library by calling 773-6753, or you can register at the circulation desk. But they want to know that you're going to be there so that they have enough supplies. And I don't think there's a cost involved in this. So.
No, we provide the eggs.
Okay, great. So this is nice. Adult Spring Craft. On Sunday, March the 22nd, is the Naturalist Adventure Series, Rockhounds. It's going to be from 1 until 4 o'clock in the afternoon at Charleston Falls on Ross Road in Tip City. You can investigate real fossils and learn about interesting rocks as this Naturalist Adventure Series program continues. A roving park naturalist will take you through the park, and you are going to meet at the trail by the waterfall at Charleston Falls. They ask you to please register by calling the Miami County Park District or going to their website online. So Rockhounds, that'd be a good program at Charleston Falls.
That's right. I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. On Wednesday, March the 25th, is the Brown Bag Book Discussion at noon. Bring your lunch and meet in the Lewis Program Room at the library. They're going to discuss the book Testimony by Anita Shreve. And it talks about, the book is about a New England boarding school and a scandal that's about to break out. A chorus of voices in the scandal detail the ways in which lives can be derailed or destroyed in one foolish moment. That's so interesting because I was driving into Piqua this morning and it talked about, I listened to this message and it talked about, everything you do isn't, it
Has
can-
consequences.
Yeah, exactly. Everything. So.
Right.
And you can't erase it.
Don't have that foolish
So
moment.
it really sounds like a good book.
Yep.
So you can discuss the book on Wednesday the 25th and bring your lunch.
Right.
Spring gardening is going to be the topic on the same day, Wednesday the 25th of March, at 6 o'clock in the library in the Lewis Program Room. Now they're going to have a horticulturalist from the Upper Valley Career Center, and he's going to provide a workshop on spring gardening. It's going to include gardening in small spaces, container gardens, so those are always nice
Yeah,
to have
mhm,
if
sure.
you have a small space or you just have a patio that you want to decorate with some flowers. Bring a friend, it's free and at the library.
Yeah, you know, and your friend doesn't even have to be potted. No, that's it. But see, that's something.
You better be
you know,
careful how you
I
say that.
I know.
I'm
I
thinking
do not have-
Colorado.
that's true. I do not have a green thumb. It is kind of pale and pasty, and that's about how my plants come out. I look at a plant and it says no, and it dies.
I don't have a green thumb, but I will tell you that I got a poinsettia at my office, delivered to my office from someone before Christmas. And it still looks beautiful. And I think
Wow.
the only reason it looks beautiful is because the one room in my office, I don't heat much, so it's very, very chilly.
It thinks it's still in the
And
freezer.
it is really thriving. But
Right.
wait until summertime, then it will.
You know, that's one of the things, talking about flowers, in the cemeteries in Hawaii,
Yes.
the various islands, and we went to a couple, and they don't seem to put flowers on the graves. Well, I mean, you're in a place where flowers are like weeds. They put little decorative vases.
Okay.
Little vases. That's what they put on the
Okay.
grave instead of putting flowers.
Okay.
I just thought that was interesting.
That is. And
You
I know
had your
that
interesting Hawaiian fact.
I know, and it is interesting that he went to a cemetery in Hawaii because they really are beautiful. The
Oh, they are.
cemeteries there are beautiful.
They have
The
some
Punch
awesome-
Bowl, and we went to another cemetery. We've visited two on trips there, so it is
Can be
interesting.
gorgeous.
On Thursday, March the 26th, is the Pickle Board of Education meeting. They begin at 6 o'clock p.m. And this month in March, they're going to meet at the Pickle High School. Remember, we talked about that last month, that they're going to move around from school to
Right.
school so that you have an opportunity to see inside the school buildings if you haven't had an opportunity to do so yet. I know that they're tearing down. It's like gone. Spring Creek School is gone. And the new school, they're all moved into the new school. It really is amazing now that building is no longer visible.
It is, and
Wow.
a lot of things are changing in our schools, and even though they're changing the location of the board meeting, Andy Height has been doing pretty good at actually making it to the meetings. Andy sometimes has a little problem going from one place to another. He likes to have something, the same
Like
thing.
a map.
Yeah,
Same.
yeah.
He likes repetition.
Yeah. It
Okay.
takes him 3 or 4 times. So he'll show up at the high school for the next 3 or 4 meetings. and
Okay.
they'll say, no, it's at, so.
A different school.
Yeah, so we're working on Andy at this point.
Yeah, so you can attend the meeting or you
Mm-hmm.
can watch it on Channel 5. Friday, March the 27th is the Piqua High School basketball game. It's actually, it's at the high school, but
Yeah.
it's with Ohio State University former superstars like football players. And they're going to play some individuals selected throughout the city of Piqua, our Piqua community and businesses. This is the second time that our Piqua
Right.
Rotary Club, Jim and I are Rotarians. This is the second year that we're sponsoring this. It was a great time last
Oh,
year,
yeah.
and it's going to be fun again this year. Tickets are available in advance, or you can purchase them at the door. I think there's going to be some auction items, some memorabilia
Yeah,
that's
from-
signed
and
by
they'll sign
Ohio
it.
State
And
players.
they will bring some Ohio State stuff and they'll sign it there. And
That's
so
good.
they're really, I think the best was the Reverend Casey Hines from the Presbyterian Church. Reverend Hines is not a big person, and so she was out there. And of course, all these guys are like 6'4", 250 pounds, and she's dribbling, and then she stops and looks at the basket. And all these guys stop behind her and kind of form a little thing around her so that she can she made her one shot.
That's good.
She did, but you couldn't see her because all these other big guys are all around her. That was a good
But
moment.
they were kind and they were
Yes,
gentlemen.
they were.
They had a good time. So, yeah, we invite you to come out on Friday, March the 27th. The game begins, I think it's 7 o'clock or 7:30.
Yes, it's 7 o'clock.
So-
And you can buy tickets at the door.
Right. Wow, that's all the information that we have going on in the month of March. We want to
Right.
encourage you that you can check out everything that we talked about on the community calendar. You can find that located on the Piqua Chamber of Commerce website, and it'll give you all the details of everything that we just shared with you. And if you
Absolutely.
want to promote your activity, we encourage you to call the Piqua Chamber of Commerce. give us 6 weeks notice and we'll include it on the calendar as well. So
And if you're having something and it has food involved, if you bring us samples, we'll give you more airtime.
that's right.
I mean,
Jim
I
loves
just
goodies.
I just wanted to throw that out, you know. So, all right, well, have a warm March and a lot of stuff to do, and that's all of our time. I'm Jim Oda.
I'm Cheryl Stiffel Francis. Thanks for watching What's Happening in Piqua.